Welcome back to C# 8. In this video we'll be looking into using declaration, which is a really good feature in C# 8, which will actually help us to write a clean code. Right, let's dive straight into the demo. Okay, great. Let me create a new folder here. I'm probably going to name my folder as a user declaration, and I'm also going to create a new class here, which probably I'm going to name my class as file generator. Great. Right, so let me just declare this as internal and do a quick cleanup. Right, so I'm going to actually copy a code snippet here instead of writing them down, so it makes much quicker. So, and there are some squirrely messages here. So, okay, this is basically I need to pull the reference in. So, just going to press Alt Enter to get those required references. So, Streamwriter, Alt Enter. Console, Alt Enter, and it's looking for link. System.link. Great. Okay, so this is, if people don't know, it's basically it's a magic keyword to know in Visual Studio. It's Alt Enter or Control Dot, which will actually bring the required references for you. Fantastic. So let's go into this method first. So what this method does is it's basically it is Streamwriter writes a file to it writes a file using Streamwriter, and then in the parameter it takes in a values. If there isn't any value, then returns false. If there is a value, it actually writes those values to the file and does a console log and then returns true. It's quite simple. Excuse me. So we can see a small bug here. I won't say it's a bug, but there's a huge memory leak here because you're doing a Streamwriter, which is an I/O operation, which is writing something outside. But we are not freeing up the memory once the scope of this method is finished. So what we normally do here is we would normally actually use a using statement here, which is basically what the using statement does is a using statement actually clears up the memory once we have done with the Streamwriter, or once the scope is finished. So this is the scope of the using statement. Once the scope is finished, it will actually clear up the memory, and then your memory is freed up and there's a memory leak for you. But in C# 8, what you can do here is there's no need to do this using statement, but instead of you can do an using declaration. So the advantage of using declaration is you can just declare using in front of any I/O operation, of anything where you think there will be a memory consumed by an external component. And at the end of the scope of this method, where this curly bracket is, the compiler will cleverly know this. Okay, I'm going to complete this method. Is there a using statement? Yes, there's a using statement. Okay, let me free up the memory. So the advantage of using this is one, it keeps your code clean. There's no need to add curly brackets around. Two, sometimes you're enforced to declare local variables before using statement. So now you don't need to do that because there isn't any internal scope between the using statements. So you can actually declare local variables wherever you want to, and then you can return it back. So yeah, so this is one of the good features in C# 8, and yeah, so that's my demo. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to it. Please also do leave your comments, and your comments are really appreciated, which will actually give me room to improve my future videos. Once again, thanks for watching.